we're going to jump right into it. We're using Bobbi Brown's Camel is the very first shadow, and I'm using a big fluffy brush. I think this is Sigma E35, and I'm just putting this all through the crease, doing windshield wiper motions, and then I'm doing some circular motions, just kind of blending that through. The color builds really nicely on itself, so I just kept dipping back into it to build its intensity. Then I went back in, darkened it up a little bit on the outer corner, and then just kind of blended it in circular motions through the crease. Going into the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette, I'm going into this shade Calavera. This is a really pretty yellow shade. This palette is actually on sale right now for $27, I think $27.38 or something like that. When I was filming this, Dana actually told me it was on sale on the website, so I'll link it down below where you can find it on sale. I love this color. I really like this palette because it has a lot of really fun colors, and I love using that to intensify that camel shade in the crease. So I'm just kind of using a blending brush to meld those two shades together and going in with this foiled eyeshadow from Makeup Geek on the lid. This is the shade Fortune Teller. I think this actually might be sold out right now, but definitely keep it in mind to put it on your list when it goes back in stock. There is a couple of shades that is kind of like this, the shade Telepathy from Kathleen Lights and ColourPop collab. I think that's very similar to that shade. Using Bobbi Brown Hot Stone Matte Brown Eyeshadow, any type of like matte darker brown, more on the cool tone side. I'm using that directly in the crease and just kind of blending that out, but placing the shadow and then just kind of keeping it directly in the crease. I don't want it to go onto the lid, and I don't want it to be too blown out. I want that camel color to show through. Then I'm going to curl my lashes and go in with a little bit of Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper. I don't know why I said like a brain fart, but I love this eyeliner, but today it just like wasn't working for me. I had to kind of go over it a couple of times, but typically it's always like gives a very nice precise line. This mascara is one of my favorites. It's the Maybelline Lash Sensational in Luscious. It's so good. I'm using this combination for my foundation, L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Estee Lauder Double Wear Maximum Coverage. Then I'm going in with Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the shade Fair. Putting this under my eyes, blending it out. I really like this. It's a nice light concealer, but it also gives that full coverage. The only thing is since it is that serum-y type texture, I always need to set it. I set everything anyways, but this one especially needs to be set. I'm using NARS Cosmetics Crystal Light Reflecting Powder, pressed version. For my bronzer, I'm going back to an Old Faithful. This is my favorite bronzer of life. This is Jane Cosmetics Bronzer in Inspire, and a Real Techniques fluffy bronzer blush brush to apply that. Then I'm using NARS Blush in Silent Nude. This was a limited edition color, but any type of like nude colored blush will work. For my highlight, I'm using an Extra Dimension Skinfinish and Double Gleam from MAC. I love this. So the bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow, cheekbones, and then I'm also going to pop that in my inner corners and under my brow bone for a little bit of extra highlight pizzazz. You can skip that under the brow bone if you just want to keep it matte. For my under eyes, I'm using Bobbi Brown Camel, and I did go ahead and finish up the look with Camel, and then later you'll see I pop back in and put Fortune Teller under there. I couldn't remember how I had it the other day, so I just showed both ways. And then I'm using this nude shade in my waterline. This is from NARS, and it's in Rue Bonaparte. Hitting my bottom lashes with MAC in Extra Dimension Giga Black Lash Mascara, my favorites for the lower lash line. And I'm popping on Salon Perfect Lashes in 615. You can find these at Walmart. And then I'm just going to kind of touch up that Hot Stone shade and make sure it's all blended. For my lip combination, I used Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Foxy Brown, and then Dose of Colors Liquid Lipstick in Chocolate Wasted. So I'll just line my lips and fill them in with this Chocolate Wasted color. I really like this color. It almost has like a little bit of a warmth to it. It's a really pretty brown shade, and I thought it complemented this like mustardy eye look that we're doing. So that is the completed look. This is with just the Bobbi Brown Camel color on the lower lash line. And then here I am putting the fortune teller, and I got the brush a little bit wet just to intensify it. And that is the finished look with the fortune teller. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.